you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, I am here to tell you about some new products. And I'm going to tell you not to buy these products. And I am going to tell you why you should not buy these products. Now, what we've got here is basically a new line of products that have been made by Ultra Pro here. It is the Shimmering Skyline product line, and there are a whole bunch of things available. And we might as well start off with the playmat here, because the playmat features, look, we've got a lot of popular Pokemon. We've got a Mulga. We've got Pawmi, one of the evolution, I'm probably Pawmi. We've got Pikachu, we got more Pico, and we've got Pachirisu. Not all of the electric rodents, remember there is generally one per generation, but enough of the electric rodents. They're fine. Here's the thing though, once again we're in this situation, and frankly we've been here before, where what these products generally amount to are generic images. Now, they are the stock images. Ken Sugimori does the stock artwork for each Pokemon. They are the kind of generic stock images of the Pokemon. And then that image is used across a bunch of various things, and that's basically where Ultra Pro get them from. And then it gets put onto a generic background. If anybody's wondering here, essentially, the reason for that is, I imagine at least, given my business background, that what we've basically got here is Pokemon haven't given them the license to do any more than that. Essentially, the license that they have got from Pokemon extends to, you can have this stock artwork, but you can't have anything more than the stock artwork. That's what you can have. And there's plenty of reasons for this, essentially. Whenever there's new artwork, that new artwork needs to be approved, often by multiple departments. So I understand why, but I just don't really like it. Like the other day, I showed you some new playmats that had appeared over on the Pokemon Center, featuring Graveyard and Tinkaton. And those, ladies and gentlemen, were very nice playmats. Now, you can argue about whether you like them loads or not a lot or whatever, that's fine. But they were brand new artwork of popular Pokemon. I want the Graveyard for my ridiculous Ghost Dog deck if I can ever get it working. And this is all quite cool stuff. Is it going to end up being good enough? I don't know. But I'll tell you something for nothing. They're cool playmats with interesting artwork. And that alone makes me kind of like them. Here, I'm just left with the question of what's the point? Because what we've got here are generic images of 5 Pokemon on a generic background. Stock images on a generic background. When we did this before, I suggested some of you could do better than this, or at least as good as this, with 5 minutes on Photoshop. And one of you literally did go on Photoshop, and you told me, and I'm inclined to believe you on this one, you told me it took you 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and you basically did what Ultra Pro are doing here. And the fact of the matter is, there are so many cooler things that are available and out there at the moment. What's the point, ladies and gentlemen? What's the point? Now, we'll talk more about other products, etc. in a minute, but just for the whole product line, a shout out to the lovely Primal Lugia over at Poker Guardian for helping us figure this out. There are a whole bunch of things available. Obviously, we've got a set of 65 deck sleeves. We've got a full view deck box. That is the cheapier one, the nice one. Well, the nice standard one. 9 pocket binder. That's a pro binder. And then we've got a general 4 pocket binder, general 9 pocket binder, and there is an Alcove Click, which is your fancy deck box, which comes all the way open, but also you've got the 5 different buttons or magnets, or whatever you want to call them, you can stick to the front, so you can switch it out depending on which is your favourite Pokemon of the moment. It's fine. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, it's fine. It's a usual range of products that we generally tend to see. But my point is, there's so much more cool stuff available. Like, we all know at this stage that there is better stuff over in Japan. I don't think that is a controversial statement by any stretch of the imagination. You know, I know a lot of people made it over to Japan for the first time for the World Championships in August, and people saw this. People saw a lot of the cool stuff that was available in Japan for the first time, and it was just one, you know, in terms of actually seeing it all just sitting out there on the shelves and being like, oh, that's amazing. And I'm hoping it's raised a lot of our standards. Now, the fact that this stuff is still being printed and made tells us there is at least some market for it. But I'm not 100% sure exactly who's actually buying this stuff. Like, let's take the Mew Ultra Premium Collection as an example. And I know that it's a very premium, expensive product linked to 151, etc., right? But look at the playmat available. Firstly, it's got stitched edges. And I know I keep going on and on about the stitched edge playmat. I don't care. It makes a huge difference. If you play a lot of games of the Pokémon TCG in person, stitched edge playmat makes a huge difference. Make no mistake about it, it's a very, very big thing. So the fact that we've got that just, you know, chilling in the Ultra Premium Collection is amazing. And then look at the design. It is so much nicer. And sure, it's kind of like the booster pack artwork, but that's okay. It's still a really nice, clean design. It's lovely. It is so much better than what we're being presented with here. And there's a deck box coming in the 151 Premium Collection. And admittedly, it's one of those smaller, cheaper deck boxes again. But I still think if you put it side by side with a smaller, cheaper deck box in this collection, I think it's really obvious which is the better of them. And we're kind of getting it from a couple different sides at this stage. Like, on the one hand, we are getting these things like the Tinkaton and Graveyard playmat, which are going up on the Pokemon Center, which are lovely. But then, on the other hand, we're also getting things in products like the Mew Ultra Premium Collection, which are so much better. And you can obviously make an argument here that tying them in to having to get the deck box and the playmat in the Ultra Premium Collection, which is a $120 product, you can make the argument that maybe that takes them off the table. I don't think it does. Because the other thing about the Ultra Premium Collection, the Mew one, is it's coming with those awesome promos. So there are going to, and obviously a bunch of packs, and there are going to be a whole bunch of people who are buying this for the promos and the packs who have no interest in the playmat and especially the deck box. And I think, I don't know, but we can look at previous releases and say with a fair degree of certainty that there are going to be a lot of people out there that are buying the Ultra Premium Collection that are then just going to be selling off all of the extra stuff. And it's going to be so much easier to find. And obviously, you can go over to Japan and, look at this Garchomp playmat they've released recently, or the Goldengo deck boxes, absolutely stunning, or the Mewtwo sleeves. Although, to be fair, the Mewtwo sleeves has an associated deck box, and the Garchomp playmat has an associated deck box and sleeves. Here's some Skeletor sleeves. I have a deck box with the same design. Here's some Goldengo sleeves. That was just what was released in Japan the other day. Japan has been knocking that out of the park accessories-wise for a long time. And that's always been the case at their stuff in Japan. And like I said a minute ago, we really all should be raising our expectations here because of it. But there's more than just that, ladies and gentlemen. Because what's going up on the Pokemon Center in the US, UK, and Canada lately is so much better than this stuff that Ultra Pro is pumping out. And what's being included in products at the moment is so much better than what Ultra Pro is pumping out. And that's kind of my point here. There was at least a time, not really even all that long ago, where you could look and go, well, you know what, there's not that much cool stuff available outside, and these are still official playmats, and if you're a Pikachu fan, it's got Pikachu on, etc. I don't think you can really make that argument much anymore. Because the fact of the matter is, we've got so much cool stuff coming out in Japan, but we've also got all this cool stuff coming out in the UK, US, and Canada, and frankly, it all adds up to, don't bother, there are better things out there. And look, as I always say, this is friendly advice on your old pal Wassy. If you really want to go and pick this stuff up, do it. If you're the person that keeps buying this stuff, which keeps it being made because you really like the design, go for it. All I'm ever trying to do here is give you my opinion and the best advice I can give. If you really like this stuff, by all means, go and buy it. I'm just telling you that as far as I'm concerned, we can do so much better. That's what I think. I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would you go nuts? Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.